Good morning, students. I hope all of you are safe with your family. Once again, I am welcoming in New Era Public School and our standard 6th English class also, and the second chapter, the Tinker Bell. Right now, previously 2 lectures I explained about the beginning of the story and middling of the story. Now, the climax of the story arises. Now, what happened with Tinker Bell? Now these are the things that I am explaining you. At beginning we all know that the narrator who had been sitting near irrigation canal, and suddenly one small god came and pushing gently on his elbow, and he realized that he is missing, and then after he took with him at home, and first of all his grandmother denied to his grandmother did not accept her, and she openly denied that I will not tolerate this god and not the bird. But his grandfather always support him, and his grandfather says that for the authorities, God's milk is very useful. Then after she agreed, okay, I will keep it with us. Then after we know that he but up the postman, cook, and lots of the people, and always their complaint regarding them. Now the climax of the story arises. Now what happened with Tinkerbell? So here the climax came during the visit of one of my aunts. When did climax come? So when the narrator's one aunt visited his house, that time the climax arises. The climax come into the story. She had been bending over a pot in the garden, looking at the geranium, when Tinkerbell decided to use her horn to move her out of the way. See what? What did the aunt do? So she bent down in the garden and looking the geranium plant. But we know that geranium is too much favorite plant of the Tinkerbell. And that's why she decided that I will use my horn and out of the way. It was the end of Tinkerbell's stay with us. So when was the end of the Tinkerbell's stay with the narrator? So when he used, it means when Tinkerbell used his horn, and but that hit the aunt. That is the last day, or that is the end of the Tinkerbell stay with the narrator. My aunt insisted that she had been badly injured, though she refused grandfather's offer first aid. See, climaxes means what the most important part of the story, and insisted means state strongly. She stated strongly when his grandfather offered to first aid. She openly refused. No, I don't want any type of first aid. I want that you will remove this god, or you will leave this god from our house. Grandmother ordered the cook to the Tinkerbell to take Tinkerbell straight to the bazaar and sell her to the first customer who came along. See, what did grandmother order to cook? So she ordered cook. You will take this Tinkerbell, go to the bazaar, straightly you should go to the bazaar and sell her, whosoever you will get the first customer. मतलब तुम्हें जो पहला कस्टमर उसको ये बेच दो. Now Tinkerbell seemed to know she was being taken away forever. Tinkerbell understood, okay, I will take away forever. Her eyes were quite moist. How was her eyes? So her eyes was quite moist. Why? Because she was dragged unwillingly down the road to the bazaar. She was unwillingly. See that? Here I have used the question why her eyes was moist. Because she was unwillingly dragged unwillingly down the road to the bazaar. That's why her eyes was moist. Her eyes were moist. I stood at the gate and watched the being led away. The narrator stood near the gate and he just only watched that she was being led away. She kept looking back and bleating. Bleating, it means continuously, sound of the God. It means bleating. Wondering why I was not going along with her on this particular walk. She was bleating and she was wondering. What did the God wondering that why the narrator, that means why the narrator was not going along with him in particular way. This was her, what we can say, imagination, and that's why she was continuously bleating. I could only wave to her. Wave to her, it means just only I wave my hand and hope the next honor, her next honor would be kind. So what does the narrator's hope? So his hope is that the next honor of the God would be kind. When the cook came back, he said that Tinkerbell had been sold for a rupee. He said, sold for the rupee, he had been sold Tinkerbell. But later he told me that he had not sold Tinkerbell, but had taken her to his own house where she would be looked after well. Then after what did the Tinkerbell, what did the cook say? So he said that what? First he stated two statements. First he says that I had been sold for the rupee. But later on he informed the narrator that he had not sold, but Tinkerbell had taken her his home where she would be looked after well. Where she would be looked, she will be well at my house. I did visit Tinkerbell occasionally. Occasionally, it means very rarely he visited. One particular day he visited Tinkerbell, and in due course, in between time, I found her with a little white kid. And the narrator find out that she gave the birth of white God, and it is a little kid. Tinkerbell was giving the cook's family a good supply of milk. What was Tinkerbell was giving to the cook's family? So good supply of milk. And they were very pleased with her. Here, pleased means very happy. They are also very happy with God. She was very friendly with everyone in cook's house. Everyone. Now the God's nature will change. She was very friendly with cook's family, and only but strangers who bent too low when giving the unusual salam. Now unusual salam means greeting somewhere. Right? It is when someone is bent down, then and then after she but that person. So students, here I complete my chapter. Now today's homework is what? That you have to solve your sin passage number 3 and 4 from your worksheet in notebook. Thank you.